So, hi guys, here we are, MMA UK News. Obviously, myself, Stoomboy, as always, MMA UK BJJ show. So, talking about Grapplefest 11. So, we've been talking about it for the last couple of weeks. Grapplefest 11 is going to be Saturday, 26th of February. Now, it's going to be at the usual place, so Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. Now, opening times, I believe it's around about 3:30. First fight will kick off at 4 p.m. Grapplefest, the team are very, very punctual. So that first fight will be on at 4 o'clock. Promises to be a fantastic night. We've got Daisy Fresh coming over with obviously some of the best guys that the US has to offer across blue, purple, brown and black belts, coming to take on the best that we have here in the UK and Europe. So going to be an absolute fantastic lineup of matches. Going to be a prelim card and then obviously the main card itself. Now, tickets, guys, are all sold out. So if you were looking for a ticket, unfortunately, you're not going to get any at all. Fighters might have a couple of tickets left. I very much doubt it because, as I say, these tickets went very, very quickly. So stop messaging Chris Thompson because I know he's still getting messages every single day for tickets. There is none available, guys. So
no, keep messaging him. It's funny.
Now,
he's got nothing else to do.
Well, that's true. Yeah, he's got nothing else to do. He's living up, sunning it in Malaga. Yeah. So, but the only place you are going to be able to see it is on Fight TV. So Fight TV, get on Fight TV. You can either go online or you can download the app onto your phone. The prices are fantastic for Fight TV. $49.99 for a year, $4.99 for the month, or you can go for a pay-per-view, which is $14.99. I believe it works out about 9 or 10 quid for the event itself. So, and again, for the for the lineup you're getting, a tenner is absolutely a bargain for the lineup that you're going to be seeing. So my next guest is going to be on the show that night. So Paul Lukowski, I hope I said that right, Paul. Yes, so of Nottingham MMA. So Paul's going to be up against Owen Livesey. Paul's been on Grapplefest before, so we've seen him before. So yeah, we're going to get to see him again on the 26th of February. So Paul, listen, absolute pleasure. Thanks for taking the time to speak to me tonight.
Yeah, it's nice to be here. I think this is my first one.
Right. I think it probably is. Yeah, definitely is. So I'd say it's brilliant talking to guys. I love talking to grapplers, and I know we spoke about it obviously before we came live, and I say it's just brilliant. I mean, hearing about obviously people's training and preparations and things like that. A lot of the ones are funny is when we asked them, how did you find out about Grapplefest? And one guy said he was steaming drunk at a wedding, and he woke up the next day and he couldn't remember it, and he was looking through his phone and he was like, shit, I'm going to be on Grapplefest. So that's always interesting as well.
Well, I think I'm Chris's 100-kilo guy. So he's probably, I think he's got a handful. And like, just whenever a 100-kilo guy comes along, he just picks one of us out of the hat, I think. And he's like, Paul, do you want to fight this guy? Like, yeah, all right then. I think it's hard to get the 100-kilo guys. I don't know why. But,
it is. Yeah, the heavier guys. I know that anything 100 kilos or above, it can be very, very, not just difficult. I mean, it's trying to find an entertaining 100-kilo, because you know yourself. I mean, you've been to comps and you've seen 200-kilo guys go at it, and it could be the most boring thing to watch. So it's trying to find 100-kilo guys or above that are going to be entertaining and going to put on a show for the crowd.
Yeah. No, I try my best to move fast.
Definitely. So, Paul, what about you? Obviously, training. Obviously, you're in the gym at the moment. I mean, how's everything going with your own training?
Yeah, to be honest, I try to train kind of the same all year round. I mean, if someone tells me I'm doing a comp or something like that, then yeah, I'll step it up a little bit. But I don't know. I've just trained the same since I started, really. I try to keep ticking it. I always find if I slip off, then when I just roll with the normal guys in the gym, I really struggle. So I have to do the extra bit of cardio just as a normal routine. And when I before I started jiu-jitsu, I used to go to a boxing gym, and the owner of that gym, he just used to train like a nutcase all the time, and he wasn't fighting or anything like that. He was in his like mid 40s. You know what I mean? So I kind of just look at it like that, just train for peace of mind.
Yeah, yeah. And it's good. I mean, a lot of people like that. I mean, especially when I speak to because I mean, especially like North England and so on at the moment is where some of your best guys are coming from, and these guys they train all the time. They're always training, and you speak to, as I said, people from all over, and it's not just something that they don't up their training because a comp's on. They just continue training as per normal because they're training so much, and intensity in training and stuff like that is always there.
Yeah, and you can get away with it with grappling to one extent, can't you? Like MMA, I can understand it. You're not going to hard spar all year round, are you? You know,
Yeah.
You don't end up like me with concussion. Oh, I haven't mentioned that, have I? I might leave that out.
But definitely, as soon as you're up against Owen Livesey, who loves to throw people about.
I started, let's say, a training camp. So
yeah.
it was about 8 weeks out, and I've got my friend Judo Jimmy Warled and Dan Hardy. They're in another gym not far away, and they run a Monday morning session. So I thought I'll take a couple of my guys go. So I'll go along with them, and I ended up with concussion. So I've been out for like 2.5 weeks with whether it's concussion or I think there's something in your ear.
Yeah, yeah.
And I've only just started like not getting dizzy.
Right,
right. So yeah, it's a bit of a weird one because I've never been concussed. I've never experienced it, and yeah, I'm quite glad really because now I've experienced it. I can understand it a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah. As the concussions it's a difficult one. Do you know what I mean? As I say, when it happens, because as I said, it kind of throws you a little bit. And as you said, you have to take time out. You can't just jump straight onto the next roll and so on and so on. You've got to take that time out for obviously your own health.
Yeah, to be honest, I was a little bit gutted because I wasn't knocked out or anything like that. It was the next day where I started getting these dizzy spells. I was messaging Chris thinking, fucking hell, I don't know if I'm going to be able to. But I'm all right now. So I missed out on a bit of training here and there, but it's 2 weeks worth. So
yeah. Listen, you'll be back at it, but you're back at it now, so you'll be ready to go on the 26th of February, I'm sure. So, and then what about Grapplefest? So obviously you found out you were going to be on Grapplefest. So how did it come about? Because I know you've been on before. So obviously you'd been on before. So how did you find out then that this was going to be, you were going to be on Grapplefest 11?
Yeah, like I said, I think I'm one of the many few. I don't know. No, probably not even many. I think there's only a handful of us at 100 kilo. So I think when Chris gets a new guy at that sort of weight, he probably finds out who would be the best suited for that match. And get me the call. I accepted straight away. You know, I've been wanting a tough match. I wanted somebody that could push me, and I think Owen's going to do that. So yeah, looking forward to it really.
Yeah, and you love like fighting the best guys. I mean, you're always out there. You're always willing to put yourself out there on the line against anybody at all. So, so I think this again was the same. You didn't even know who the opponent was. You want a match? Yeah, give me a match, and then that was you.
Yeah, I think he could have sent me any name really. I'd have just been. I mean, I think the first time I went on Grapplefest just came about because one of my guys, Shane Curtis, he was competing. I think flipping hell, if I'm going to have to drive all that way, at least let me get on it. And that's kind of where it started really. And I love it. I love it. I never used to compete a lot, just because I didn't like the competition in terms of the IBJJF waiting around and like you're not fighting till 4 o'clock, and I think, oh my god. So I kind of stayed away from the competition, and but now these sorts of competitions are popping up all over. I mean, Chris probably runs the best one, I think, and it's brilliant. It's a very, very, really well run show, I think. I've been lucky to go to nearly all of them, and I don't think they've really had any problems.
No. And the good thing as well, I mean, it doesn't showcase some of the best talent out there, obviously black belts and so on. But what it does is it showcases some of the best young talent, blue belts and purple belts and so on, which not a lot of shows do. Not a lot of big shows, the size of Grapplefest and stuff like that do.
the kids are better than the adult matches.
Yes, yes.
But I don't think he had many kids on the last one. But
No.
God, you used to walk through the door and the crowd be screaming, shouting, and then you look on the mats and they're doing berimbolos and all sorts. I can't even do that.
Yeah, yeah. I always say, right, see if anybody sees me doing a berimbolo, it was a complete accident and I'm probably injured after it. So, so
I think the hardest thing with the kids though is seeing the one that loses. Oh, it's heartbreaking. And especially when they've both really gone for it and it's been back and forth. It's like, tough one to judge that. And then seeing him come off with the head down, I'm like,
It's tough. But that's something that happens. There's always going to be a winner, a loser. Or what do they say in jiu-jitsu, especially? You don't win, you learn. So, so it's always going to happen, regardless of any sport you do. As I say, there's always going to be somebody's going to be upset after. Even me. I mean, I was 2015. I went to a lot of comps and I was winning gold at a lot. I think I won about 7 in a row, and then I ended up going to the World Masters and over in Vegas, and I lost in the first round, and I was devastated. I was literally, and I don't mind saying this, I was outside crying on the phone to the wife, saying, "Look, I don't want to do this anymore," and I was genuinely gutted because, do you know what I mean? I expected, because I'd won 7 comps in a row, all gold. I think it was like Scottish, British, and obviously some other local comps. So I expected to go out there and win. And I came up against, which I'd never came up against, was a wrestler, a guy who'd been doing wrestling his whole life. And don't get me wrong, he beat me like 4-0. So I didn't get humped, right? I didn't get hammered, but as I said, it was like one of my first kind of major losses, and I was devastated. So it doesn't just happen with kids. Obviously, us adults as well, we take it hard sometimes.
Yeah, my first blue belt was like that. I stepped on the mat, and I'd competed at real small competitions, but I think this was the British Open.
Yeah.
And I remember feeling ready. I was in good shape. I felt ready. And I saw my opponent. I didn't have a clue who he was. And he had this real tighty gi on. And it was Luke Costello. I don't know if you know who he is, but he turned out to be an absolute beast on the UK scene. And I think I don't know if he was a judo black belt at the time, but he was well versed in judo. And I didn't really know any judo. And I literally ran up to him with full confidence. I think he foot swept me and choked me from behind within about 3 seconds. I was gutted.
Yeah. But
then he won the competition, won the absolute, so I didn't feel so bad then.
It makes it better. It makes makes you feel better. Definitely.
Yeah, never judge a book by its cover, because he had this shitty gi on, and I thought, who's this guy? I'm gonna hammer him.
Yeah.
I was wrong.
Yeah, listen, that happens. I'd say that definitely happens. But I'd say it happens. Not just kids get upset, but obviously us adults. Do you know what I mean? We take it bad as well. We do. I mean, the longer you go in, obviously you don't really bother as much because again, it's another competition, it's another role, so it doesn't really bother you as much. But it doesn't bother me. I don't know about you, Paul, but for me, it's just it's a day out. You're going to go out. You're going to get a role with somebody. It's going to be competitive. At the end of it, you're going to shake hands and go for a chat after it, or beer, or whatever you're going to do. So, so that's a good thing about it. And then, what about you then? Obviously, your main focus is going to be Grapplefest. So I know you said you don't like to compete a lot, but obviously, if big fights like this come up, so
I don't mind competing. It was in the past I didn't compete a lot, and I don't know. Maybe I'm getting too old. I don't know whether the big shows want me anymore. I don't know, but I'll go on any show. It doesn't really matter to me. But no, I'm just happy to be giving it a go.
Definitely. And you mentioned as well, obviously, subguards. So tell us about subguards, Paul.
Yeah. So when I kind of first got into jiu-jitsu, I was a blue belt. When I was a blue belt, I finished uni, finished my job, and I started working for a small fight brand. It was actually called Mazaru. I don't know if you ever remember it. It was a long time ago. They sponsored the ADCC that came to Nottingham. But the bloke who ran it just ran it into the ground. He got offered another business at the time, so his head wasn't in the game. And I ended up leaving and doing a job to do my degree. I was a design engineer, and people just kept messaging me because I was running the brand at the time.
Yeah.
And I just kind of started the brand from there. So I make, I don't know if you can see, I do custom. That's one for my gym, but I do custom rash guards for people all over the world. I've done huge teams, small teams, individuals as well. So I probably might see a few on Grapplefest. Some of our fighters in it.
Yeah.
MMA shorts for, again, fighters all over the world. So I've been doing it for, I think this is going into my 9th year.
Nice. So definitely well established. Obviously, we see you. Anybody that shouts whenever they go on, because you see it on the underground, anybody's like, "Oh, where can I get custom rash guards?" Like, yeah, Subguard or this person or that person. Do you know what I mean? So you're always
it's awesome.
out.
Yeah, it's awesome when somebody types that and like so many people put my company. Yeah, it's a really good feeling as well. Like, I've got a lot of, and I've got a lot of, well, most of the customers that I've got are repeat customers. Nearly all the clubs keep coming back. You get the odd one that tries to go to Pakistan and order, and then the next order they're back with Subguards again because they're like, oh, it's gone wrong.
Yeah. Oh, listen, you've got to love these guys though. These guys, because they'll keep trying. They'll keep coming and saying, "Listen, I can get you this gi and that gi. Show your roll. We've got all the show your roll gis, and we've got all these gis." And you're like, "Nah, you're all right." Do you know what I mean? You keep your gis, buddy. You keep them. So, do you ever see whenever you get messages like that? Do you ever like to entertain them, or do you just cut them short straight away?
Oh no, I've been doing it too long now. I just filter it away. So no.
Listen, I'm still at the entertaining stage. I was having one where there was a guy, he put up, and it was a comment, a post I put up, and he commented on it, yeah, listen, I can do this and I can do that. And I'm like, well, I don't need a gi, I don't need rash guards, but do you sell socks? And he's like, yeah, I can sell socks. And I'm sending him pictures of socks and pictures of feet and all that. And then he just stopped messaging. I'm like, what?
You've got too much time on your hands.
I do. I'm sitting in the office doing nothing. So yeah, guys, check out Subguard. Where can they find Subguard? Where can we find that, Paul?
Subguards.com.
Nice. Facebook as well?
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram. If you want to see some of the customers and some of the designs that we've done, everything's. I try and post as much as I can on Instagram. I need to post a lot more. It's hard when you've got the gym and Subguard and you got to post both.
Yeah, no,
but if you got your own club and you want to check us out, there's no minimums, so that's what we pride ourselves on. Some people just want to order 350, 500. Yeah, we do everything. Nice. And we do the designs as well, so there's no charge for designs.
Nice. So, I'm going to get my coach because I know that my coach twice a year usually gets something, whether it be rash guards or whatever, and he always goes hunting for it. Do you know what I mean? So I'm going to send him your way, Paul.
Appreciate it.
Definitely get you guys to do something for us as well. So, and then final thing for you then, Paul, you've been in the game for a number of years. So I'm pretty sure the list's going to be long. Obviously, the amount of people you've trained with over the years, but anybody you want to kind of shout out to? So any kind of friends, family members, teammates, anything like that?
Yeah, all the guys at my gym, they all help me out. Doesn't matter what level they are, you know what I mean? They all try and kill me every day and take my head off. So, and all the guys at Hardy Wallhead, you know, I go down there. Like I said, the last session I got concussion, so they always try and beat me up. And also, big shout out to Neil Owen. You know, he's my main guy, my mentor. He comes to most of my fights, and I've just been up to there to teach a couple of their guys. And again, fantastic gym, DMAC in Doncaster, under the Northern Alliance. And I had a great session with them, and we always do. So I want to say thank you to all them guys.
Nice one. Just a quick comment come in there, Charlie. I don't know if somebody you know, but just saying yes, Paul.
Yes,
but listen, guys, there we go. So we're going to Grapplefest, Saturday, 26th of February. So Grapplefest 11, Fusion Nightclub, Fleet Street in Liverpool. The only place you're going to be able to see it is Fight TV. So get yourself on Fight TV. Not just grappling's going to be on Fight TV. I mean, they've got all sorts, Paul. They've got MMA, kickboxing. They've even got the World Championship pillow fighting. So if anybody wants involved in that, listen, hit up. There's prize money in that as well, Paul. I was shocked. I had a look at this shit, man, and mate, there's prize money. The prize money's better than jiu-jitsu. So I think we're in the wrong game, mate.
Yeah, I'm changing sports.
So, but listen, guys, a lot of good stuff on Fight TV. So get yourself on there, and yeah, make sure you get subscribed to that. Whether you do it for the pay-per-view or you sign up for the year, $49.99 is absolutely fantastic for a yearly subscription for any kind of platform that's out there. So,
and there's
definitely
a lot of content in there. There's a lot of.
Yeah.
I had a quick look the other day. There's quite a lot of shows on there. Maybe
Yeah.
like you said, some random stuff. So.
Oh yeah, there's some random, but yeah, I mean even things like wrestling and do you know what I mean, if anybody's into like pro wrestling, they've got like I think it's AEW and stuff like that. So there's a lot of great stuff on it for everybody. So yeah, definitely get on that, guys, and make sure you do get subscribed. So we're going to have Paul Lukowski, Nottingham MMA, up against Owen Livesey, Carlson, Gracie Hall. So this is going to be a great matchup. Definitely one I'm excited to see. So Paul's not going to step back, and obviously we know what Owen's going to do. Owen's definitely not stepping back. So
he can do if he wants. He might help me out.
Well, this is going to be fireworks, guys. So make sure you're there. As I say, first fight, 4 p.m. So Paul, listen, absolute pleasure to talk to you, buddy.
Is it worth mentioning? I think the Daisy Fresh guys. I'm not sure how it's working, but I think they're touring after.
Yes.
So I don't know if anyone wants to go and get on a seminar, find out which gyms are doing it in your area, and I don't know how many gyms they're going to, but I know they're doing a UK. I've just done the T-shirts for it, so
nice. That's the T-shirts. That's the ones with the Daisy Fresh on the front and the back. The black T-shirts. Nice. Yeah, they're coming to Glasgow. So they're coming to our gym in Glasgow. I think there's about 10 of them coming up in a 12-seater minibus. And, mate, they're just coming up. I think we've hired out a big hotel because there's so many people going to be there. I think they're talking about 100, 150 people turning up for the seminar.
Are they sold out the seminars, or can people still get on them? Or
yeah, but I think they're not sold out yet, obviously, because a lot of them are just announcing. So there's a lot of announcements just getting made on it. So, obviously ours got announced just a few days ago. And then I know that they're going to be down south. I know obviously it goes on the underground. So we've seen them. We've seen the Mikey Musumeci seminars, a couple of their seminars. His seminars coming up as well. So
I think I emailed his email when he put it out there for a seminar, and I never got one back. So
do you know what? Like we had them before in Glasgow. So obviously, before the seminar, we were chatting back and forward. We were talking on the phone. We were going back and forward via Messenger and stuff like that. And then, mate, as soon as he left, that was it. Every time I messaged him, it was like nothing at all. Emailed him, messaged him, fucking try to phone him, no answer, man. Do you know what I mean? So I'm not happy, Mikey. I'm not happy. Straight to spam. So, but I'll catch up with him at the night. I'll be like that because we were talking about.
You remember me? Yeah.
He wanted to try local food. So obviously in Scotland, as you know, haggis is the local food.
Oh, right? Come on, don't give him that.
So I was like, but he loves trying out the local food. So I was like, well, the next time you're up, or the next time you're in the UK, we'll get you back up to Glasgow, get you some haggis. And he was like, what is haggis? So we didn't want to tell him how. We didn't want to tell him. Let him try it, see what he thinks. So, and he loves pizza. So we were going to get him a big haggis pizza called a Braveheart pizza. We were going to give him that. But yeah, he just patched me.
I've never even had haggis, so I can't comment.
Listen, we'll get you up here. Up here.
I'll try anything once. Just once.
Nice. Well, listen, Paul, I'll be there on the night, so we'll grab a chat with you and the boys. Shane Curtis as well. Tell him I'm looking for him. I've been trying to get him, but he's always busy. He never messes me back. So
he's not busy. He does nothing. I know his schedule. I'll tell him. I was thinking about sitting him behind me, but he'd just take over the chat. So I know what he's like.
We were messaging back and forward, and then I said, look, let me know when you're not busy, and then I'll set it up around my time or your time. And then that was it, mate. I never heard from him again. So give him a slap. He must be. He must be. So, but give him a slap. Tell him I'm looking for him. So, but listen, I'll see you on the night, Paul. Absolute pleasure talking to you. Enjoy the rest of your training. And yeah, listen, we'll see you next month, buddy.
Thanks. Try and give Owen a dead leg if you see him.
I will, mate. Thanks, buddy.
Nice one. I'll see you later, guys.